Hello and welcome to Caring, France 24's humanitarian programme. This week, a look at Christians in Pakistan. Pakistan is struggling in its fight against Muslim extremism. The Taliban is on the rise and Al-Qaeda proving an impossible force to tame. Since its independence back in 1947, Pakistan has strived to carve out a liberal religious climate with secular policies where all faiths could thrive. But since the mid-70s, a dramatic shift has been emerging, when Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, who was recently thrust back into the limelight for mounting a revolt against what he called the current regime's oppression, he had played a large part in pushing the Pakistani constitution closer to becoming an Islamic state. For some members of the Christian community, as you'll see in this report, they've paid a high price for being in the minority. Now, at the centre of their tales of ostracism and discrimination are controversial blasphemy laws imposing a very real fear of being perceived as un-Islamic. Worryingly, more and more cases of forced conversions from Christianity to Islam are also being reported. Our reporters travelled to meet one community in Islamabad living in what's been dubbed the French Quarter, living, as you will see in this report, in utter poverty, literally walled off from the rest of society.
Islamabad, in Urdu, the city of Islam. Its showcase, the King Faisal Mosque, one of the largest in the Muslim world. Pakistan's young capital was built in just 50 years. And yet, amid the brand new minarets and luxurious houses lies a neighborhood out of another age. It's known as the French colony, in remembrance of the French embassy which used to be located there. 5,000 Christians live here without running water, electricity, or garbage collection. Samang is a young Christian, 19 years old. He invited us to his neighborhood where Pakistani Muslims never come. The French settlement has a dangerous reputation, so Samang makes it a point of honor to welcome us and introduce his family.
This is my grandfather, and this is my grandmother. Okay. This is my auntie.
Among the Christians who work, they often have poorly paid domestic jobs. This is the case in Samang's family. His mother Mira works for a wealthy Muslim couple.
Muslims do not like us. They don't like me touching their things. I'm a maid in a Muslim household. I wash the floor, I do the laundry. They don't want me doing the cooking or touching their food because I'm a Christian.
The mistrust between the two communities is symbolized by the wall that surrounds the settlement. It was built 6 months ago. Here, it is topped with shards of broken glass. On the other side, the wall is too high to climb over, so now Samang must make a long detour to return home.
When I saw that workers were beginning to build, we went to see them to ask them to stop. But they didn't listen, and we couldn't do anything about it.
Officially, the wall is there to protect the Christians from a dangerous drop into a polluted stream. Last year, 2 children fell in, and they died. But there is something else they want to protect here, the residents of the wealthy neighborhood. This man does not know he was being filmed.
Can live in the center of Islamabad.
But they are not good people here.
They are not good people?
They are ignorance. You know, ignore.
Yes.
Ignore, and then is a mafia, you know, drug mafia, drug. They are all drug users.
All of them?
All of them drug user and also drug supplier.
Supplier?
Yes, sir. As you know, that's underworld.
He invites us to approach the wall, a wall that, according to him, no one wants to tear down.
Oh, yes. And who built it?
Some owners. They are living here in this side and then this side.
Okay.
It's Pakistani bureaucrat, like politicians.
A few minutes later, he realizes the camera is on. Very quickly, he tones down his words.
But I like many peoples. They are Christian, Hindus, Buddha. It's all the nation, all peoples.
One nation in which the bond is Islam. youngest among sisters, Smina, is 17. She shows us her notebooks. In her Muslim high school, religion is unavoidable.
This is a book for Islamic studies, Muslims, related for Muslims, Muslims culture.
There are Christian schools in Pakistan, but they are very expensive. Too expensive for the residents of the Christian settlement. Here, only little ones can get a Christian education. They are taught by their older sisters, who provide all the class materials themselves. They fill in the gaps caused from government neglect. But there is hope that things will improve. The affairs of the Christian neighborhood are now in the hands of Shahbaz Bhatti, the Minister for Minorities. It's a new position created just 6 months ago and occupied by one of the few Christians in the government.
And we are here to serve them, and we are giving them this hope that their issues will be addressed. They will not remain neglected. They will not remain subjugated or second-class citizens.
Do you know where the French colony is from here?
Yeah, this is
But during the course of the interview, when we asked him to accompany us to the settlement,
Quickly, together.
despite our insistence, he would not accompany us. He knows that given the state of misery his fellow Christians live in, he would not necessarily be welcome there. Many Pakistani Christians come from the lower caste of the Hindu religion. Some untouchables converted, hoping to escape a social system that classified them as pariahs. But today, the ills that plague their communities have not changed. Drugs, poverty, and poor education. Factors that contribute to the prejudice against them in a country where 95% of the population is Muslim. Yet respect for religious minorities is one of the tenets of the Pakistani Constitution. In the National Assembly, 10 seats are reserved for religious minorities. And even the imams talk about mutual respect.
This is not in our hands to make someone's Muslim by forcing them by something else. We can't make that. It's Allah, it's depend on Allah. And we have, I told you that Christians which living in our community, they are like our friends. I told you first that they are human beings, after that they are Pakistani, and after that they are Christian.
Tolerance, but with some concessions. It's the call to prayer. Smina, the young Christian who showed us her notebooks a little while ago, is covering her head as she walks past the mosque.
When it's the call to prayer, that means they will invoke the name of God. It's for that reason that I cover my head. I am not giving in to pressure, but since they are praying to God, it's a mark of respect.
Smina is not required to do this, but she is aware of Pakistani's blasphemy law. A law which, if applied, can send people to jail for seemingly harmless comments and gestures. 5 years ago, a blind Christian spent 8 years in jail for unknowingly throwing away a copy of the Quran. Khalil Tahir is a Christian lawyer. He has been campaigning for years to repeal the blasphemy law.
The article says, if anybody will say anything against the Muslim Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, if anybody will say anything against him, verbally, intentionally or unintentionally, the punishment will be death.
Most times, the death penalty is turned into a prison sentence, but the charges are sometimes based on very weak evidence.
I will say, no Christian will say anything against the Prophet of anyone. But it's just like in Pakistan, it's very easy to buy the witness in some rupees. And if you have a personal grudge against anyone, if you have enmity, and if you have any kind of ill feelings against others, you can use this law. And nobody says, nobody recognizes, and there is no rational investigation regarding this law.
But Khalil Tahir knows this fight is dangerous.
Totally, I'm not saying. I know that I'm not safe. I know many people are after me and my family, because this bitter experience already we have been facing, and already we have faced physical attack near my home, and even police caught one fanatic outside my home. He was ready to blast my home. After that, he is not in the jail now. I do not know where is that person, what happened to that person.
The Christian community makes up just 2% of Pakistan's population. In a country of nearly 160 million people, that comes out to 3 million individuals. Scattered about the country and lacking resources, they struggle to defend themselves and make their voices heard. And for the residents of the Christian settlement in Islamabad, they know the wall that separates them is not close to being torn down.
Well, that's it then for this edition of Caring. Do join us again very soon. Until then, thank you for watching and bye-bye for now.